Well, another video response on the subject of Ron Paul. Maybe it's getting redundant, maybe it's stupid, but it's where we're going.
When we bring emotion into politics, we end up not criticizing the positions or policies of the politicians we criticize, but our own emotional projections onto what we think the motivations for those policies are.
All right, well, Matt spent a good portion of his video complaining that, can't get emotional about anything, can't give a shit because, then it gets too personal or something or whatever. But, in context, look, I've been arguing with Matt for a long time about how the brain works, all this other crap. And, yeah, we have just incompatible philosophies. And there's a point where, it's okay to start analyzing what's behind it all, what's at the root of it all. And especially when you're talking politics. And so when it comes to Ron Paul, I think I've nailed the policies. I go after the policies. I've been hitting them one at a time, and I think pretty clearly. And yeah, I'm also attacking the character. Okay, I'm telling you right now, I think Ron Paul is a liar. All right, he's a snake oil salesman. He has put on a new face, nice makeup, to cover what is just another neocon crazy ass. He's a religious nut who wants church to be part of running your society as well as big business. It's just a traditional Republican, capitalist, conservative, shithead. Just like I said, new makeup. He doesn't like war probably because he doesn't like paying for it. Not because he has some moral objection. His worldview is one that just sees dollar bills everywhere. It's all about greed and green, and that's all it is. And whatever. So I'm going to speak my mind, and if you don't like the way I speak it, well, too bad. It's the way it comes.
Number one thing that stuck out in my mind was your fear of some corporate monarchy gaining power of our country if Ron Paul were elected and his free market ideology were put in place. But I hate to break it to you, but we already have a corporate monarchy. It's called the Federal Reserve System.
Yeah, I've done videos on the Federal Reserve System, and this is the kind of extreme bogus argument that deserves some kind of credibility check. I mean, why would somebody make an argument that's completely ludicrous? The Federal Reserve is hardly an example of big government, or hardly has any applicability to what's called monopolies and the rest of it. The Federal Reserve is completely within the discretion and control of the Senate and the Congress. It really is the fucking deficit is a completely separate issue that we, the people, have made a decision to deficit spend. We, the people, have made the decision to sell bonds rather than print money. The only thing the Federal Reserve controls is, fractional reserve banking, which controls interest rates. And, I haven't heard the argument that, lower interest rates are necessarily a bad thing. But yeah, I wouldn't vote for this Federal Reserve if I had the power. I would create a different system, a more open system, but whatever. The Federal Reserve is not the thing that's destroying people's lives. It's way short. Sorry, not even close.
Most of the monopolies in this country, for instance, the oil companies, making billion-dollar profits every quarter, yet gas prices continue to rise for the consumer. That is a result of corporate government collusion. That is the result of Dick Cheney's energy task force allowing oil companies to write their own legislation.
And that's complete bullshit. I'm sorry, that's just complete bullshit. You're telling me that government has created the oil company monopolies, the power of big oil? The fact is, we'd only have one friggin' oil company in this country if we didn't have the government to stop it. All right, we've seen them buy each other up. The bigger, they just get bigger and bigger and bigger. And the government's been at least trying to regulate some of that. They've stopped some mergers. So get real. The oil companies existed before big government, and they were a problem. They were probably part of the reason why we had to, develop regulation, was the fact that these industries, these companies would consolidate and they could control markets. And to say government collusion is what is creating that problem is idiotic. To suggest that having less regulation will make the problem better is just plain preposterous. No regulation just means that they'll get even stronger. We'll just create Exxon, that's your oil company. AT&T, that's your phone company. Whatever, right on down the line. Walmart, whatever it is, you'll have one distributor, one industry will own. That'll be it. You'll have that choice and no other choice, because there's no way anybody could ever compete with one of these Goliaths. Okay, we saw it with Microsoft, damn it. We saw what fucking happened. They stole the capital, they stole the intellectual value of 10,000 pieces of software that were built to run on Microsoft's operating system. You had to buy the operating system to get all that value that was built on top of it. And that shithead got to own it. And he got to keep it forever. And so forever he gets to own everything built on top of this shitty fucking operating system. And that's what we're all stuck with. And he could extort us for as much money and for as much control as he wanted. You saw what he did. He tried to take everybody who even came close to developing anything else. He fought them out of the market. He would destroy any company that tried to ever compete with him. God damn it, you've seen the goddamn history. And you're just empowering that even more. By getting rid of the government, you're just going to empower all that shit even more. It's just nonsense.
And that wouldn't happen under Ron Paul's administration. There would be a market where corporations have to compete with one another.
What is this have to compete crap? There would be nothing. There would be no government saying you have to compete. You have to futilely try to defeat Walmart. No, there would be no such standard, no such obligation to have to compete. No. It's just stupid. There's nothing that there's just no way. You're just ignoring the simple fact that big business has big power, and it isn't through government collusion that they're exercising most of that power. As I've said before, you have to point me to some legislation that empowers big business deliberately, creates an advantage for big business, because most government regulation, is trying to do exactly the opposite. I mean, Rupert Murdoch would own every goddamn TV network in this country if we let him. And you fucking goddamn well know it.
You can disagree with this picture that I'm painting here, but don't attack my moral character for the policies that I think would benefit people.
Well, I'm sorry. I mean, you are what you sell. If you're going to put your credibility behind something that you're going to say, then of course I can attack your character for it. I mean, I get it all the time. I get attacked because my hair's too fucking long. You want to take it all personally or something, well, go ahead. But look, the fact that I have some passion about this shit, because I know, look, if I'm ever going to fix anything, if I'm ever going to make any kind of contribution, I can't have people out there making it more broken. It's already broken enough. I mean, any more brokenness and it just becomes impossible, it becomes intractable, it becomes, undoable. And so as long as we still have a democracy and some government in place, at least there's some chance of fixing that. Get rid of that, and there's, then we have to go back to the Revolutionary War thing, and how do you even have a Revolutionary War with modern technology? It's impossible. So once you give the corporations the power, they're going to have it. It'll be 1984, they're going to have it. And there's not going to be any fucking way to get out of it.
I mean, who is your political candidate? I don't think you seem willing to support anybody.
Well, I think I did a video explaining that. Yeah, I'm not enthusiastic about any of these assholes. I pointed out that, well, Biden doesn't scare the hell out of me. He's reasonably intelligent and he's a horrible politician, but, he's not good at lying and, so But whatever, yeah, and whatever happens, I'm not going to like the choice. Whatever the choice is, Republican, Democrat, yeah, I'm probably going to vote for the Democrat. You know, third-party candidate, I'm hoping some wild horse will run, and I'm hoping he'll get enough momentum where it's got a chance to win, and maybe it'll be worth risking my vote on a third party. But we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, but I'm not enthusiastic, and as I think you know, I'm basically got my own frickin' platform. I'm trying to, you know, do things different than the two-party system would do it, and you know, we'll see. You know, if I, you know, if there was, you know, if there's some point I would have my name on the ballot as a candidate for president. All right, I'm running on my own platform, and yeah, none of these assholes speak for me. And but Ron Paul, as I pointed out in the video, is, in my opinion, the greatest of the evils. That's the backward direction. That's not forward. That's not staying where we are. That's going backward.